Tyler Joe Miller, how's it going, man?
Oh, it's going pretty good. Yeah, it feels like I've been in winter season for a year.
Every March, I think it kind of feels that way, right? We get little glimpses of spring, but winter just keeps hanging on, I guess, right?
Yeah, where are you based out of?
We're in southwestern Ontario.
Yeah, for us, like, I've started mowing my lawn, I don't know, like a month ago. Maybe.
Oh, really? Oh, well,
Yeah,
well you're
you're
in BC, right? You're in BC, yeah.
Yeah, my like fruit trees and everything are like blooming and all that. Like it's crazy. It's
so you can't say anything about winter quick. Hanging on, man. You can't.
No. I meant winter. What I should have said is my time off from playing live shows.
Gotcha.
Break.
Gotcha. That makes more sense.
Yeah, no, I got no complaining about winter weather.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love winter weather though. Like I was praying that we were going to be getting snow here, and it just didn't happen. Especially like where I'm at. I'm in, they call it like the bowl of Langley, where we're kind of in like the bottom part of it. Like we're basically like almost the lowest part that you could be in. We're in the plains where,
gotcha.
Like I guess like down the road at the river, that would be the lowest part. But it was snow up the road for me. Like my cousin lives, I don't know, 3 minutes up the road from me, and she was posting about it, like dumping snow up there. But down here, it was absolutely nothing. It was just like rain.
No kidding, right?
Wow. That's great. Yeah.
No doubt.
But we got a lot of rain, that's for sure.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, I think the last time we saw you was the Meadows Music Festival in Fergus, Ontario. And that was, I think, last spring. And that was actually, speaking of weather, that was a little bit cooler that weekend than anticipated. But that was cool to see you. And that was kind of part of the, like, we're going to dig into your new music here, but I think that was a part of the country mixtape tour that you did with Andrew Hyatt and Sean Austin. So looking back to that, seeing it on stage, it looked like an absolute party.
Yeah, it was definitely a party. I think all of our livers took a little bit of a hit after that. We all need to start doing like smoothie detoxes or something. It was such a fun experience for like three buddies just getting out on the road and doing what we love doing. The cool thing about the mixtape thing was like nobody knew. Like there was no advertisement on like who's starting, who's ending. Like there was no starter, there's no opener, no headliner. It was just like we're all doing this thing together, and you just got to kind of come find out how this show works, which I think was really cool because like we got a lot of feedback of people being like we'd never seen that before, which felt cool for us, being like, oh, I think that we did something a little different here than your typical concert. And I think it was like a cool piece that like we had like a bar on stage with us. I think at Meadows like we couldn't bring the bar from our tour, so I think we just had some like road cases or something like that. But like on the actual tour, we had this like built bar, and basically we just have it loaded with like beers and whiskey and whatever we had back there. But the whole point was like when you weren't the one singing, you would be at the back, like at the bar with one of the other artists, like just drinking and hyping up the person singing and just
right.
having a good time. And that was cool because like tours and stuff that people have multiple artists, and even if they're doing stuff together, like during sets, they're never there the whole time. So it was like,
right.
it was so different where it's like, oh yeah, I'm playing like a third of the show, but the other 2/3 I'm still on stage and have to be on it the entire time. I think it was just like a really cool setup that we hadn't seen before, and we just thought was a very unique thing to do.
Yeah, it was probably nice to get behind the microphone. You could it was probably almost like taking a break, right? You weren't gunning beers
totally.
in the back.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the break was actually singing, not
no kidding, right?
drinking.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, that'd be cool to see if you do that again. You know, give it some time. Probably wouldn't be sustainable to do on an ongoing basis, but it'd be cool to see that happen again.
Yeah, we might have to start a band if that's the case.
Absolutely. So let's dig into your new music. You just released a brand new single called Under the Influence. And from what I understand, the first time that you heard this song, you connected with it immediately. So tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, most of my music I'm a writer on, but I'm very open to pitches. Like I love when writers can hear my voice on a song, even though that's not me singing on the demo. And they'll send it to me being like, hey, like we hear you on this, like would you be down to cut this tune? And my good pal Gordie Sampson was the one that sent it to me, and he's just Canadian songwriter legend. He wrote it with a bunch of my other really good friends that are songwriter legends from Canada. And so it's actually four Canadian writers on this tune. 3 are from originally East Coast, and one's from West Coast here. And Gordie sent me the song, and the writers are Gordie Sampson, Dylan Guthro, Kelly Archer, and Dave Sampson. And Gordie sent me like a handful of tunes, being like, hey man, I hear your voice on these. Let me know if you're interested in any of them. Would love for you to cut one of these if you're interested or whatnot. And I really appreciate when people send me stuff like that. I remember I was driving home from my cabin, which is like a 4.5-5 hour drive up there and back. So we're driving back, and there's like a spot where you lose reception. And I was like, let's listen to something that I don't need a reception for, if I didn't want to listen to just like my saved playlist and whatever. And Gordie sent me it in an MP3 file by text. And so like you can still listen to those when you don't have reception. And so I did. And the first song I played was Under the Influence. And I remember looking at my fiance. I was like, she's in the passenger seat. I was like, holy crap. Like, what is this? Like, I love this song. And so the second I got reception, I was like texting Gordie of like, holy crap, man. Like, I need the song. I love it. I also hear my voice on it. Yeah. And he was just like, yeah, like I've always heard, imagine your voice singing this one and would love for you to have it. And yeah, so like immediately it was just like trying to contact the writers of like, hey, can I cut this? Can I cut this? You're all good with it? And yeah, there's just something about like the honesty, I think, in this tune of, I don't know, it's kind of like sober you versus drunk you. It's trying to decide what the play is here, if it's a good idea to call her or not. And I think that just like a lot of people go through that during a breakup where it's like, I'm not missing her until I start drinking. Am I just kind of putting it at the back of my mind? And like maybe sober me thinks that I'm over her, but like drunk me definitely isn't. And yeah, and so it's just like talking about that situation where I feel like a lot of people can relate to it. And just like the melody is so different. The beat, there's just this like super dry, very forward drum beat the whole song, which I think is super cool. And it's just like very vocal forward as well, which I absolutely love. And yeah, it was just like everything about it. I was like, this feels like something I think I could do, and I think it would be very different for me, which I think is a really cool thing.
Yeah, that's really cool that you said too that you know usually you write your own tunes, but this really, you know, when I was reading through all the names that you already mentioned, it sounds like it was really like a Nashville kind of themed way that it's got out there.
Yeah, and like most of the time that I'm writing with them is in Nashville. Like 3 of them at least live in Nashville now for a very long time. But it's just the Nashville way, I suppose. I don't know. I think it's also just like a bunch of writers and artists and stuff that know each other and enjoy working together. And I think there's been a lot of people that have taken chances on me, if that's like spending hours in writing rooms and stuff, coming up with tunes and all that, like from the get-go, where it was like, you didn't have to take a chance on me. You didn't have to spend an afternoon 4-5 hours in a room writing tunes with me that, you know, didn't even have any music out yet. But there's these certain people that did, and it's like hats off to them for really investing into things that they believe in. And I'm really glad that they did, because I'm not sure where I'd be without those kinds of people in my life. So this group of people is definitely those kinds of people. And they're just very loyal to what they believe in too as well. So I'm just glad that they sent me the song.
100%. So obviously you got a great core group of people that support you, that you work with. But, you know, you're getting recognized by lots of other groups of people, obviously lots of fans, but, you know, people that are putting you up for lots of awards. I think you're up for the British Columbia Country Music Awards, Entertainer of the Year, top performing single of the year for doing what she does. So talk to me about that song and what that has done for your career, for that song in particular.
Yeah, doing what she does. Wrote that one like maybe like a few years back. And I've done a lot of breakup songs and like a lot of drinking songs, which sometimes those are the same. But I'd never done like a proper like love song. And so I was in the room with Danik Dupel, who produced that as well, and Eric Dillon, who's done like, he's written tons of stuff and like a lot of like the Riley Green stuff with them. And yeah, we got in the room and we were kind of just playing through some ideas, and I was kind of like I've never done a love song before. Like maybe this is about time that I try. And so, yeah, I think we came up with the idea of doing what she does. And it's just like every little thing that she does is the reason why you love her. You know, you can't really pinpoint one thing, and it's who she is, not what she does, which I think is, you know, the whole point of the song. And Yeah, I wasn't sure how it was going to be perceived, if people were like, shut up and stick to the breakup songs. But yeah, it was really well received, and a lot of people seemed to really like that one, especially like playing it live and stuff. People were really catching on to it. It was just a different side of me that I got to show doing that one. And then it ended up being, I think, my 10th top 10 single.
Right.
I think that was number 10. I've released 11 singles. 10 of them went top 10, at least within top 10, and the number 11 was 11.
Right.
So I was like, by one. But that one, I think it sat at the charts for like a long time on radio. I'm really glad it did, because it really just like kept working its way up. It was one of those ones where I was like, I don't know if this is going to be like one of my like bangers that really people are really loving and, requesting and all that stuff. And it ended up being one of those where it's like, it feels pretty soft, but I think people liked seeing a little bit of a different side.
Yeah, exactly. It's showing that diversity in your creativity and that sort of thing, I guess, right? But when speaking of the charting success and these award nominations, what does that mean to you, Tyler? About, does that give you more fire to keep creating and keep experimenting with different types of songs and that sort of thing?
I think so. I don't know. I feel like as I'm getting older, I'm 35, but like as I've been progressing, I guess, in my music, I feel like I've been changing a lot and like going through different stages in life. And I feel like the music, for me to feel authentic in my music, I feel like the music has to follow that. And so, yeah, like when we put out that song, it was like I'm not having a heartbreak right now. I'm engaged. I'm feeling pretty happy. And so, yeah, I don't know. Like, I feel like I don't want to just chase something that's different and that's unique and stuff. I want to chase something that just feels right to me. Yeah. And I think in that moment for that song, it definitely was. And yeah, like having awards at, like BC Country up for Entertainment of the Year and Top Performing Single, like, it obviously did something right.
Yeah.
So I think I do like stepping out of the box a little bit and just being like, I know this is what everybody kind of sees me as. I like kind of like edging out a little bit to like, oh, let's try this and try this and try this. And I think like this new song, Under the Influence, is definitely one of those that it was like, oh, this doesn't really sound like something I would normally do, but it still has my DNA in it, I think. And so, yeah, I think it's exciting. Like sometimes you can just totally overturn everything you're doing and be like, all right, I'm doing a bluegrass album now, or I'm doing this, and, just like a passion project, which I might do eventually. I don't know, maybe. I feel like since I started doing this thing, like I wasn't doing full-time music until 2022.
Oh, wow.
Maybe.
Right, yeah.
Because like I put out my first single Christmas Day 2019.
Wow.
And so like nobody's in the office, nobody's playing anything yet. But it's like once the new year hit, it was like 2020, my first song is out there. But it was all during COVID. And then once COVID kind of lifted, like the restrictions lifted and we got to start doing shows and everything again, that is when I started doing basically like the full-time thing. Yeah, so it probably wasn't until like 2022 that I was really doing the full-time thing. And so I'm like, I feel like I'm still just like working at it and trying to build my thing of what I'm doing. I'll end up starting to take some more maybe risks maybe soon enough, but yeah, I don't know. I'm just kind of chasing what feels right to me.
Right on. So you've been busy working and you've been busy writing. You mentioned you've been in Nashville doing some writing. So what can your fans expect for the rest of 2026 from you?
They can expect to hopefully see me in concert. Yeah, the exciting thing for me is we never play in BC. Like there's not many places to play, but there is one festival that I've been dying to play, waiting to play. It's called Sunfest on Vancouver Island here in the Cowichan area, and I'm excited for that because it's like a home province show for me. But then we get to get out and play a bunch of these different shows this summer. It's like Ontario and like East Coast is like our two places that we play the most. And Quebec, actually. We play a lot of Quebec.
Well, one that's still out west, not BC, I don't believe, but the Boots and Hearts West. That's really cool that they're expanding, because that's an awesome festival here in Ontario, but that's cool that their brand is growing outside of Ontario.
Totally. Yeah, and it's the first run at it, so the first time that they're putting that one on, so I'm excited that I made the lineup for that one. And it's nice because it's a little bit closer for me. When I saw that it was going west, I was like, oh, please go like full coast.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, but Edmonton will have to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, I'm really excited for that one.
And then new music as well. I know you got the new single out now, but can we expect more new music?
We can. The music video for that one just got released yesterday, which is super exciting because we filmed that one in Saskatoon, where it was freezing cold. Thankfully, we filmed most of it inside. But yeah, that one turned out really cool. And yeah, Under the Influence is definitely kind of like the start of a project coming up. And so we don't exactly have solid dates quite yet, but it's looking like this year we're going to be getting a lot more new music from me. That's for sure.
Well, Tyler Joe Miller, we'll stay tuned to your website and all your social media. We'll watch for lots of updates for your new music and your upcoming shows. It's been a pleasure, man. It's nice to catch up again, and good luck for the rest of the year.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me, man. Thanks for taking the time.